right? Shalom. First and foremost, as always, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory
So Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakudash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And we want to give a special piece of blessings and salutations to the elect. All right, we out here another week to teach the word of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai and to prophesy the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. We also out here to let you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you are the true children of Israel according to the Bible. Okay, and you need to wake up and repent before it's too late, because the Most High is getting ready to bring his judgment via nuclear missiles, okay, via the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So we're going to get right into it. Go ahead.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
Right, the man of sin is Esau Edom. Okay, he's the man of sin, and he's being revealed in these latter times by the way of the Lord's mouthpiece, which is the prophets. Okay, go ahead.
Perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, and I'm going to read it verbatim, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Right, and that's what he's doing in these latter times. He's putting himself in the position of him playing the Most High on the earth. You know, he wants to stamp you, so to speak.
And he wants his words to be not just the law of the land, but to say so.
Right.
Okay. If you notice anybody who challenges the motive, you know, or challenges the thing, he's quick to censor, man. He's quick to try and bury you.
Yeah.
If you're not coming with his agenda, man. Anybody who speaks out against what did Apostle people, or what did Apostle call them? The alternative lifestyle people. Okay, he's quick to bury you, man. You know, just look what he's doing to Nicki Minaj. Right here it is. This chick was fulfilling his agenda for years. You know, doing the whole rap thing and making her nonsense slut rap that she's doing. All right, but now she just says one thing, challenges one thing that Esau says, and now you know it's a big shitstorm, man. But he does that with everybody. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and the Lord told us to watch out for this devil, watch out for this deception. Okay. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
Yeah, the time is now where he's being revealed on all levels. You know, just look at his kingdom and how it's crumbling. And another thing is a lot of people in these latter times, you know, even the other nations, they're starting to, you know, speak out against his agenda. When you go on apps like TikTok or, you know, Instagram, Facebook, and stuff like that, there's a lot of Edomites exposing their own people and exposing their own government. You know, Esau is really the one that's speaking out about the jab, man. You know, he's going into it, he's breaking it down how it's not good for you. And the scriptures tell us that they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. Get that real quick too. Keep going.
And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. The mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Right, the mystery of iniquity, you know. But he's no longer the mystery of iniquity, because he's been found out. You know, now we know who the wicked is. You know, but during that time he was the mystery of iniquity. But now the scriptures say, how are the things of Esau searched out, and how are his hidden things sought up? He's completely exposed, man. Esau is naked out here.
And if you remember, just a couple, you know, just one or two generations ago, or maybe even three, he was the good guy, especially America.
Yeah,
you know, America was the bringer of freedom across the whole planet.
Right.
I got to use it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai have indignation forever.
Right, and that's one of the scriptures, how we find out that he is the wicked, because it says that he's the border of wickedness. And also the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. The indignation is righteous hatred. You know, so the Lord, the scriptures tell us in Proverbs, I think it's the 29th chapter, or it's the 16th chapter, one of them, the Lord created all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Proverbs 16.
So the Lord created him just to play out his, his role. Wow, that's a good precept. This is quick. This is quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's quick, but it's
Go keep reading. Get all the ink. Get all the ink.
it's I'm gonna read this stuff from
That's
the
a
top.
good one.
It's the book of that's what we out here to do, to warn our people. That's to like this whole Psalms is a warning. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy.
Yeah, preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. The enemy, our number one enemy now is Esau, Edom. Go ahead.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked,
Yep, the elites. Go ahead.
from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
The insurrection of the workers of iniquity. The ones that.
It say hide me from the secret counsel of the
Nah, you good. The insurrection of iniquity. The ones that put all this wickedness out here. The ones that create the unrighteous decrees. Iniquity means sin upon sin. And that's the society that Esau set up. He set up a society of sin. I always say when Jake is sinning, Esau is winning. But if you turn back and you repent and you become righteous, then he starts to lose.
And that secret council, man, when you get into all those different secret societies, okay, like the Club of Rome, the 300, what's it, the Bilderberg group, all those, man. And a lot of these world leaders, they're all in the same clubs.
That's why like when they came out with the vaccines, that they knew what they did. They knew that they was going to hurt people, but that was they had a secret council and they put it out like they was doing something good. Verse 3 say, who with their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
And the perfect is the Israelites, the children of Israel, primarily on this side, the elect.
Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in the evil manner. They commune of laying snares privately.
They encourage themselves in an evil manner, and they lay snares privately. This society is set up for you to fall in these traps and these snares and everything that he set up.
Yeah, they just came out in the news. The shit was on Fox News and CNN. They were saying that like 74% of the people that's in the hospital now with the Delta variant, they was all vaccinated. But why you gotta get it?
They're all fanged up.
Yeah, but why you gotta get it though? If they got that on the news, but it's still mandatory. You got
And the FDA just ruled yesterday not to get the third booster shot because they don't know enough about it yet.
but they still pushing the booster.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like this devil. It's confusion, man. That's him. Well, hey, he's shooting them arrows, man. He's getting the vaxxed against the jabbed against the unjabbed.
Hey, last week, and stuff moving fast. Last week, the Bills played last Sunday here, and you didn't have to have a jab to go in. It's right after the game ended. It was on the news. Like, for the rest of the Bills games, you gotta have a jab. Like how? It was the game played. It was 70,000 people there, and now the next week you gotta have a jab.
And they know people are gonna fall for it because they want to enjoy themselves. So people gonna do it.
It said they encourage themselves in the evil manner. They commune of laying snares privately. they say, who shall see them?
Right, who shall see them? Well, the Most High already has it set up to where he completely exposed you. You know, we live in an information age where you got information in your pocket, in your hands at all times. You can keep up with the things that's going on. Go ahead.
Oh, I just see something else where they said that they want to, it was something about the internet, they want to, where they said they want to, like,
version 2 or something.
so where, like, if you putting out information that they like, can get blocked, like, as soon as you try to put it out.
Yeah.
Filtering the information.
Basically, they want the whole fucking internet to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how the hell they're gonna do that.
It say they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them in the heart is deep.
And that's what Esau does. Esau, he searches out Esau does his research. You know, he digs into things, he gets the facts, he does his research, and he does a diligent search. That's how he knows what to put in the foods to give you cancer. He knows what to put in certain drinks to mess your body up. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's a crafty devil, man.
I got a preach, perfect preach.
It say, but Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, shall shoot at them with an arrow, and certainly they shall be wounded.
Right, the Most High is going to take them down. And the Most High has to take them down because he's a man that he should not lie. And his word says he's going to take them down. So therefore it's going to come to pass.
Right. Go ahead.
So shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that shall see them shall flee away.
Right, they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves, meaning what? You're going to have certain Edomites, all right? They're going to come out with certain information that's going to expose what? The higher up, so to speak. You know?
Like your Edward Snowden's and your John McAfee's. McAfee's dead. Julian Assange's.
Like Alex Jones. Because he brings out a lot of information.
That's what? Exposing their plans, exposing what they want to do. And these people, they be going in. You know? That's called alternative things you're not going to get when you watch CNN or Fox News.
One dude that whistleblower from the General Milley was communicating with China behind the scenes.
So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. That's what
This is book of Micah. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
right. Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it,
Uh-huh.
because it is in the power of their hands.
It is in the power of their hands. The scriptures say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the Most High gave Esau the power to what? Do wickedness. Do what I created you to do. And then once I'm finished with you, the Most High gonna wipe his hands with Esau. Go ahead.
And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house.
And they cover fields and take them by violence. How did they get certain parts of the earth? How did they get America? Did they come over here and say, I need you to sign this petition, I'm about to move in? No, he moved in with the Gatling gun, with violence, with disease.
Yeah.
And he came over here and he took shit over.
And that's, it's logical to add. That's the same thing that he's about to do with his martial law.
Yep.
You know, he's going to do the same thing.
He's coming in like a flood.
Right. Even when you look at recent history stuff that we was on Earth for, like when they went into Iraq with the shock and all, they took it, and then they didn't just go over there and do the war thing. They went and took it over, put bases and shit over there.
Yep.
They went over there for war.
Set up shop.
Yep, how they take Afghanistan.
Stole the resources that he could steal.
Put in puppet leaders.
Put in puppet leaders. And that's what Esau does. He'll go into your land, take what's beneficial to him. All right. Kill the leader if the leader has any type of resistance towards Esau, put his guy in there, set up a few garrison military bases, right? And then now he's just there, he just chilling. it's his shit now. You know? They cover fields and take them by violence, man. It was more than that. And that's what he does. Go ahead.
And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Yeah, they oppress a man in his house and they oppress a man in his heritage. Meaning what? He'll come in there and take the way you live. He'll snatch that from you and say you need to live like this. You need to accept my democracy.
Back going in again on like how Iraq, women wasn't allowed to drive over there before.
Right.
They switched it up, got women with the headdress,
being rebellious, and he definitely. The thing that sticks out to me is he did that to the North American Indians, the Gadites and the Reubenites. He took their heritage. He cut their hair. He put them in his schools, you know, and then he forced his way of living on them. And that's where you get the term Uncle Tomahawk, so to speak. You know, just like he did with Jake. Same thing he did with Jake. He said, "No, I don't want you speaking that Hebrew. You're gonna speak English." Yeah. And he forced his way of living on it.
And that's prophesied in the book of Revelation, where it says the nations are drunk. The 17th chapter, I would say.
Yeah. Therefore the nations are drunken. Therefore the nations are mad. Paraphrase.
Yeah,
Go ahead, continue on.
Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, behold, against this family do I devise an evil. Let me read that over. Verse 3. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your neck, neither shall ye go haughty from this time, for this time is evil.
Right, so we know how Esau is moving in the earth. He's moving like a bully, and especially in these times, he's getting ready to come in like a flood. That's why it says in the book of Isaiah, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
That's the 59th chapter, the 19th verse.
You got
2 Thessalonians 2:7. Yeah, I'll show you 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Right, so he be taken out of the way. The Most High is going to remove him and set up the children of Israel. The scriptures say Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So he's going to be taken out of the way and put back on the bottom. Go ahead.
Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
And that's the prophets. And he's being consumed right now through the Lord's mouthpiece, which is the prophets. All right? And what Esau can't figure out is how we're doing it through the scriptures. You know? We're doing it through the scriptures. We're not just coming out here and just marching, yelling and screaming. We're going into the scriptures and breaking it down, proving that who he is, and then proving how he's going to be taken down.
And really, that's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh.
Yeah, that's through the Holy Spirit. That's what I was about to say.
You know, the Lord sent forth the Holy Spirit to reveal to his men, so you know, to furthermore push and expose this devil.
And you got all this. Hey, everybody in social media is talking about Revelation 13. There's all kinds of restaurant owners that are putting videos up on social media talking about, look at this is lunch hour and there ain't a damn table here because I gotta check their papers, you know. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Let me read that last part again. lying wonders. And with all deceivableness, wow, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And there's a lot of lies that people are buying into now, man. Especially when it comes about these scriptures. You got people that are still stuck in the fucking church, man. They're running to the church when all this is going on. But the church should have been warning you the whole time. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. We are bound to give thanks always to Yahweh for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because Yahweh hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth.
Right, and belief of the truth, you know? And that's why, you know, at the end of the day, you got to be thankful that the Most High chose you to even be out here to be able to teach. Because the majority of our people are in a state of slumber. You know, they're in a state of slumber. They don't understand what's going on. They in the same spirit as a lot of those people were in.
Little thing, you're working your ass off in a fucking warehouse or a factory somewhere.
These mandates are coming, and the scriptures speak about the mandates.
That's why he created this. He tried to effeminize you males, man. He fucking took your balls, man. A lot of you men here in America, he literally took your fucking balls, man. He controls you with fear. That's how he does it. You got to set a fucking harmony straight up. This is but hey, there's also consequences to what he's doing, man. This is Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And this is making all these nations weak, man. They're creating division in their economies. You know, we all know that America, one of America's strengths is the ability to bring in money. And that's being taken away.
That's why the other nations come here. They don't come here because it's beautiful. They come here to make money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just look in your neighborhoods and see who's got the corner stores, who's got the restaurants in the hood. You know, the other nations.
And he's putting a wedge through that with all this jab versus unjab stuff. You know? And he's doing it in the other nations too. But thou hast set, and well, hey, and then you got on the other hand, you got the rising power in China and a rising power in Russia, and here it is. The West is getting weaker and weaker, and the East is getting stronger and stronger. Perfect recipe for World War III. That's why China's flying jets over Taiwan, telling America, why don't you try and do something about it? We know half your damn Air Force is standing down right now because of the mandates. You know, and they're sending warships over the coast of Alaska. You know, because they know that a large part of the Navy is compromised too.
Most High is controlling, you know, this whole thing as far as the spirit of war being in the air.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High is controlling everything, man, and it's basically like a chess game right now.
And you know what? It's funny because America's been doing that to these other nations for years. They're going into this country's waters. You know, look how many times they tried to provoke Iran into attack. But now that the tides are turned, man, how does it feel to get bullied? You know?
Read that from the top again.
Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?
Right, that's going into Esau coming out of falling down from his power structure. You know, that's not talking about spiritual demon Satan coming. He made the Most High mad, so he just fell out the sky.
Took 1/3.
Yeah. I mean, and now, like sometimes I be getting why Jake really don't believe in the scriptures because he sounded like it's not believable. They be like, so you telling me, but when you break it down the right way, it makes sense. You know, so some like if Jake been going to church his whole life and he's like, man, I don't believe that shit, I get it.
Yeah,
Because he haven't been taught the truth.
yeah, because we tell you, we can teach you if we, because like sometimes I'll be reading scriptures to people and they be like, what book is that?
Right.
Like, it's the Bible. They're like, what kind of Bible is it?
Right.
You feel me though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once it's broken down to you the correct way, it makes more sense and you get understanding. That's why it says in Proverbs, with all thy getting, get understanding. So read that again, bro.
Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? We should mention, break it down that
Lucifer means light bearer.
Yeah, the light bearers, those so-called Luciferians that are in charge of the world right now, because they have blood.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Go ahead.
Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
And Esau's been doing that. He's been weakening the nations like he was going into. That's what he does. Well, Babylon the Great is known as the hammer of the earth.
That's right.
So if it's the hammer of the earth, these other nations, they like little nails. He's just going over there, boom, 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 setting up shop, setting up garrisons, doing what he want to do.
And to prove that, when you go into the history of America, you'll see that they have been at war just about every year that they've been
Majority of the time, yeah. They because he's a bully. Go ahead, continue on.
Thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
Woo.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
I. That's how you saw things. Me. He's a proud devil, man. He's saying, I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna go above the Most High. You know. And he believes that he has power over the potter, which he's just a piece of clay, man. That was it.
That's more.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
And that's how we know that in the first verse, when it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? When you read down in the chapter, it says, is this the man? Read that part again.
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Right, that did shake kingdoms. Go ahead.
That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof?
And that's what he does, man.
That's what Satan destroying cities.
Yeah.
That's with his army of angels, with his army of rebellious angels.
Yep. And that's what he does. That's why, going back to that movie, I think it was 1969 or 1968, the first Planet of the Apes. You had he was like the Levite ape. He had on the yellow.
Yeah, he had the breastplate
He was
too.
reading the scroll. Yeah, he said that. He was breaking down Esau. He said, behold the beast man. He was going into how he would destroy his brother's land and do all of that. He was really reading out the scriptures, you know? And he was like the Levites.
Yeah.
The ones that
Priesthood.
they had like the priesthood. Go ahead.
That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners.
Right, and what's one of the ways that he destroyed the cities? A lot of pollution, a lot of poison in the foods, a lot of propaganda, a lot of witchcraft, a lot of false miracle medicines he likes to give you. You know, this concrete, which is terrible for your back. In the kingdom of heaven, we're not gonna walk on concrete all day, man. You know, your feet you ain't gonna have to go get some Dr. Scholl's.
Right.
You know, you're gonna have a new body, man. You ain't gonna have, it's not gonna be no such thing as a pain or an ache.
Right.
Or a headache, or a muscle twitch. Nah, man, you're gonna be a new creature and a new rulership.
You'll be walking like this your first few steps of the day.
Right. Because Esau has completely destroyed this society, man, and the whole entire earth. It's in turmoil. Got more?
Oh yeah. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. And how is this talking about the spiritual demon Satan? I'm sitting there, I'm saying this in my head every single verse. this talking about the spirit of Satan?
That's why we call it the church the Harlem House. And that's why we call the Roman Catholic Church the false prophet. That's why the scriptures describe the Roman Catholic Church as the false prophet.
It don't matter if you're Pentecostal, evangelical, what's the other one? Methodist or Presbyterian, whatever the fuck they labels they put on it. It all stems from Roman Catholicism, okay? It's just little variations of the Roman Catholic doctrine that's changed.
Jeremiah chapter 49. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 8. Flee you, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the dead, for I will bring calamity upon Esau, upon him, the time that I will visit him.
Right? The Lord's going to bring calamity upon Esau. All of them. You know?
If grape gatherers come to thee, they not leave the grape. Indeed, by night, they will destroy till they have enough.
This is what Obadiah was quoting. Go ahead.
But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
And that's what we're out here to do. See, Edomites look at us a certain way, but we out here to expose your kingdom. You know? And we out here to expose you.
Just like you had those proud Edomites,
Right.
you know, walk by. I mean, look what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
You know, you got his future self.
Hey, it's spiritual. down the street.
You know?
Yeah.
It's his future self right there. Y'all see in the camera in a few minutes.
And we see an example when Jake just walked past. And then he stopped for a minute, but then he kept walking because he can't receive the truth.
He can't
Can't
get
receive it.
spiritually discerned. They're trying to make themselves interesting, but it's really not interesting to you. You know?
But this is these words to actually save your life. That was
Yeah.
delivered.
Yeah.
They say,
Oh, remember that dude? That doomsday prepper? He's like a known doomsday prepper.
right.
Yeah, he said, man, he said those Israelites, man, he said, yeah, we walk past them every day. He said the people, those Israelites, we walk past them every day, but the things that they used to be saying is now coming to pass.
Yeah.
He said, he basically said they got the truth. But if you read the Bible, it tells you that the children of Israel in the latter times are going to raise up.
That's right.
So we're literally living out the prophecies. It's happening, but people they don't know what's going on. You know? Go ahead.
They say, he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not.
Yeah, and I'm glad that the Lord opened up my understanding to understand what an Edomite is, to understand what a Moabite is, an Ammonite, an Israelite. All right, because growing up, you just think that they're just people,
Everybody
they just white,
Yeah.
they just Chinese, they just put me in slavery. I don't know, shit. Why did it happen? I don't know, shit. It happened.
That's life.
That's life, yeah. You know, but
They say,
not knowing that though, that's prophecy. That was prophecy being fulfilled. All right, the Lord allowed them to. The Lord put the spirit on Jake to be in that, because Jake, physically what? Them devils really couldn't have rounded us up like that, but the Most High lowered the frequency of our spirits.
and he broke it down in the scriptures, why it happened to us.
Yeah, and we were rebellious. And actually, the Most High gave us a choice. He said, if you keep these law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to be above all the nations. But if you break them, He will put you underneath the nations.
And one of the main things that our people were doing was they were
That's one of the things that the Most High gave us.
so the houses, they fills up the Islamic temples in your downtown area.
All them jakes gonna be destroyed.
I was just going into what y'all was talking about, how
They still got
the
the
Most High hate idolatry. It's the book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 12. It says, in all, we start at 10. And also all the generations were gathered unto the fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor the works which he had done for Israel. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Balaam.
Yeah, that was an idol of false power.
And they forsook the Lord Yahweh of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods.
Right, here it is. You've been delivered. You have been delivered out of captivity from under the hands of Pharaoh, from back to Egypt. You came out of that, right? But then they still was into idolatry. You know? That's I mean, it's crazy. But it was prophecy. It was prophecy.
The Lord commanded us. This is Leviticus 19 and 4. There's other whole list of scriptures put in the word, right? Turn ye not. In fact, I'll start at 3. Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your power. So the Lord is putting himself first, man.
He's establishing something.
Yeah. Like, I'm the power. Okay? Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourselves molten gods.
Right.
I am the Lord your power. And that's what our people do. Even when they try and act like they believe the Bible, they're stuck in that Catholicism with the Virgin Mary and the Cesare.
That's common among people. Simeon. Some of those churches you go into, man, you see fucking crazy idols on the walls of the churches, man. Especially, like I said, among Simeon and they heavy into that Catholicism that you mentioned, the Roman Catholic Church, so to speak. They're heavy into idolatry. You know, even Levi. You know, Levi, Simeon, and Ephraim. Go ahead.
And they forsook the Lord Yahweh of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods, of the gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked Yahweh to anger.
Right. So eventually, what the Lord was to judge them. You know, eventually the Lord was to judge those jakes.
And forsook the Lord, and served Baal and Ashtaroth, and the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them.
Yeah. So the Lord put them in the hands of the other nations. You know, you want to worship other gods. You want to go against what I told you to do. I'm gonna put you into the hands of the spoilers.
And that's what the Lord always did with our nation. Started with Egypt, and then when we came out of Egypt, we was in Moab hands, we went into Babylon, and all the types of captivities we went into. That's how the Lord punished us.
Yeah, that's what the book of the books of Judges are about. Us going in and out of captivity. Go ahead.
This is not the book. It say, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so they could no longer.
So Israel has enemies. The enemies are what? The spoilers, the other nations. Even into this very day. Go ahead.
So that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. And just like you said, they couldn't have just took us down the mountain and saw us. The Lord made it so that we couldn't stand before them.
Because physically we're the strongest people on the planet. So there's no way we saw it as if the Lord just was like, if the Lord didn't lower our spirits, he said, go take them down. Jake would have fought back. But it was prophesied that we had to go low.
It say, whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil.
The hand of the Lord was against us. Because what? We did evil in his sight. You know? So really it was the Most High controlling Jake, and it was the Most High controlling the other nations, and he put it so the other nations could overpower Jake, because it was a punishment. You know.
It say, as the Lord has said, and as the Lord has sworn unto them. And he did that in the curses. And they were greatly distressed.
Yeah, one of the curses was thou shalt he shall be the head and thou shalt be the tail.
Deuteronomy 28.
Yep.
It say, nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them.
Yep. Hey, this brother's reading out of the book. I thought that was good. Yeah.
And like as the spiritual judge today would be like the apostles of Great Millstone. Because they push that truth, and now that's able to save us. And we out here, real judges.
Levels of judges.
And yet they were not hearkened unto the judges, but they went a-whoring after other gods, and bowed themselves unto them. And the people doing that now, going out getting the jab. They the right way, they wouldn't listen to the powers. Raised them up judges, whether the Lord was with the judge, and delivered them out of the hands of their enemies all the days of the judge. For repented the Lord because of their groanings, by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them.
So, like the brother was saying, there's different, judges. We would be considered judges today, but on a more spiritual level, because the message that we have can save you. And it's really the message of the Most High, the message that the Most High gave us. These words can save you, man, and you can be delivered from American Babylon the Great. Got something? Go ahead.
All right, Con, this is the book of Judges, chapter 10, and I'm gonna read verse 14. Okay, I'm gonna read verse 13. Judges chapter 10, verse 13. Yet ye have forsaken me and serve other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the other gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Right, so that's the Most High telling Jake that, go and cry into the other powers that you worship, so to speak. Let them deliver you out of tribulation. But the Most High knows and understands that those powers don't exist. So really, he's being sarcastic. Because he's the only power that exists.
And really, that was it. But I wanted to bring that out to expound upon the point that during the time of martial law and Jacob's trouble, the Lord is he's not going to hear your prayers. That's why you got to come to him now while the prophets are out.
You get it while it's hot. Get it while it's hot.
Hey, you think our people weren't praying when they were getting rounded up into slavery, being put on the ships?
Right. That had to happen.
They wanted to go with some idols.
Go ahead.
First Timothy chapter 4, verse 14. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given to you by prophecy in the laying on of the hands of the presbytery. Meditate upon these things, and give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself, to the doctrine, and continue in them, for in doing this, you shall both save yourself and them that hear thee.
Yeah, so you take heed into the doctrine, and you and the Most High has to open up your spirit first and foremost, or your mind. But once you open up to this word, you're able to receive it. The scriptures say you save yourself, and that's if you come on a level of a teacher, or a messenger, so to speak. You save yourself and them that hear you. So that could be a brother, that just comes to the camp every week, like a random dude. He just comes to the camp every week and he listens, but then he goes home and he does everything that he's supposed to do. He may never come on the level of a teacher, but
he's working
the Most High
on
can save him, because he's not just listening, but he's doing it. He goes home, he watches the videos, he might tell other people certain things that he's learned, you know, and he can be saved as well.
Might be a help.
And the scriptures, they say, work out your salvation with fear and trembling. And that's, you know, that's basically what the brother is saying, you know, this is what you got to do.
And you had a incident where Apostle Barr made a video about this the other day, about that brother who got shot. I believe he got shot and the bullet hit his spinal cord, and he's paralyzed, you know, and he wishes he could come out to the world, right, you know. This is Deuteronomy 29:16. For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and you know, whenever you get into these scriptures about idols, what are the two main lands that the scriptures always mention? It always mentions Babylon, and always mentions Egypt. And how we came through the nations which ye passed by, and ye have seen their abominations and their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them. So our people know about this thing. We still do it. Lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe, whose heart turneth away this day from the Lord our power, to go and serve the gods of these nations. Lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood.
How you going to serve any other God when you just walk through the sea?
Right.
And then you saw it with your own two eyes.
Yeah, you see all the power and stuff. They got them taking their back.
That's where that one miracle where the sea got split, you know?
Yeah, everybody knew about that.
And it, verse 19, and it come to pass when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart. And that's what our people do, man. Well, hey, it says in Amos, the 9th chapter, you know, that the sword and the evil shall not come upon them. Roughly paraphrasing, okay? That's the mindset of our people. They think the sword ain't going to come upon them, man. And if you look at the pop culture, that puts that in our people's heads, man. It makes them feel like they're invincible. Yeah. To add drunkenness to thirst. The Lord will not spare him, but then the anger of the Lord and his jealousy shall smoke against that man. And all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him, and the Lord shall blot out his name from under heaven, which means being taken out of that book. Okay? And the Lord shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of evil, out of the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law. Wow, this is good. This is good. So that the generation to come of your children that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land shall say, when they see the plagues of that land, and the sicknesses which the Lord hath laid upon it, and that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that it is not sown, nor beareth, nor any grass groweth therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, which the Lord overthrew in his anger and even in his wrath.
And that's how the Lord is going to overthrow America. Just like he did Sodom and Gomorrah, just like he did Pharaoh and his kingdom. You know, like the brother was saying, those Israelites that were in Egypt under Pharaoh, they saw a lot of miracles, man. They saw a lot of things that the Most High was capable of. And the fact that they came out of that and still served other gods, still was wicked and rebellious. You look at today, that had to be a bunch of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It couldn't have been no other people. That couldn't have been no other nation of people. Because like Jake is that fucking stiff-hearted, man. He's that hard-hearted. Now us brothers in this truth today, you know, I just don't feel like we have that spirit, like to see these miracles, and because the Most High gonna show miracles in these latter times. You know, if we saw one miracle it'll boost our faith to the top of the
We be
building,
able
man.
to we be able to move mountains right away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They saw a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like they saw a lot of things, a lot of the miracles that Moses was performing. You know, they walked through the Red Sea, man. Water on the side of them. You know, the Most High parted that.
And they got delivered out of that brutal captivity.
Right. And then here it is, they in the wilderness. Now these niggas want a furnished table. Now they want a whole bunch of, you know, a whole bunch of goodies. You was just in slavery, man. You know, that's why now I understand why the Most High said this is gonna be the last joint. This is it. You know, after this, you know, there's gonna be no more captivity. You know, this is it. You know? We got a second. No, not second Peter. New heavens and new earth. You got something else? You bring it out real quick, yeah.
Amos 9:9. Lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say that evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. When we read in Deuteronomy 29, the Lord was going to make those people drunken to believe that they're not going to be overtaken with that sword. Okay? That was the point I was trying to make. So the Lord really just blinded our people, man. The brother brought out, what was it, Isaiah the 6th chapter.
This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. It says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touches blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away." And that's what you've been seeing a lot in the latter times. You know, a lot of sea life being washed up. You know, that was happening a lot of years ago, where you'll just see thousands of fish washing up on the shores of the sea. A lot of fowls just dropping from the heavens. You know, they even had, I think it was a bunch of deer or something like that. You know, just found dead. You know, let me read the first verse again. It says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land." You know, and the only way that you can get that in this land is by hearing the prophets. Other than that, the truth ain't out here. You know, you're not going to get it by becoming a Muslim. You're not going to get it by going to the Christian church. You're not going to get the truth by becoming a Catholic, all right, or a Methodist, or being Baptist. You know, the only way you're going to get the truth is by becoming an Israelite and acknowledging that Yahweh Shem Yahweh is power.
That's right.
That's the only true power. That's the day that we're waiting on, man. We're waiting on that day right there when the elements are gonna melt with fervent heat. Because we know that the ships they gotta come. The ships gotta come because the Lord said that they gotta come. Right?
That's right.
So even though you know the missiles is gonna hit, we know it's a way out. You know? That's one thing about this book. We know it's a way out. Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Right, and we're doing the things that we're supposed to be doing in these latter times. You know, we're doing what the Most High commanded us to do in Matthew 22nd chapter, which is to go out and prophesy. Okay?
Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yeah, we're hasting for the day, man. We're hastening the day.
Looking for it.
Yep, constantly looking for it. We know what's going on. We know what's going on around the world. And we always filter it through the scriptures, and that's how prophecy is fulfilled. Go ahead.
Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Yeah, because in the midst of World War III, you're gonna have different nations. Different nations fight, right? And you know, we can't really explain what it's gonna be like, but we know it's gonna be a terrible day, man. A terrible day. The day of the Lord is a day of darkness and not light, like the scriptures say. That's why you're gonna have to gird up your loins, so to speak. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heavens and new earth wherein dwells righteousness.
Right, a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. All right, because in this society, the righteousness really don't exist. You know, this is a wicked kingdom. And it was set up to be wicked. It was set up for you Israelites to go into captivity, and then ultimately the Most High said, I'm going to destroy it. That's why this kingdom was set up, for the Israelites to go into captivity, and then for the Most High to overthrow it. And it says that this place is going to be a desolate wilderness, and mankind is not going to dwell in it from generation to generation. The smoke is going to constantly go up. It's going to be the forbidden zone. Go ahead.
It said, wherefore, beloved, seeing that you look for such things,
Go ahead.
be diligent that you may be found in him in peace.
Right, because Yahushai is the only way out of this, that great destruction. That's why it says you can't climb up some other way. Yahushai is the only way out. You know? So we're literally looking for Yahushai. Alright? And we know that he's going to come from what? The heavens. And Edomites don't have a chance.
That's right.
Or you other nations. Y'all don't have a chance. Go ahead.
It said, without spot and blameless, and account that the long suffering of our Lord is salvation.
Is salvation. The account and the long suffering of our Lord is salvation. And all your life you grew up thinking that salvation was for all nations.
Or you can get some type of satisfaction from this life. Ain't no satisfaction from this life. We're supposed to be looking. Man, we look to the king. I can't wait to get my slaves, my concubines, my lands.
There's no satisfaction. There's just pleasures.
I want my crown.
And usually that pleasure is brought to you by the deceiver.
Yep.
Okay, lust of the flesh, things like that.
But even when they get to pleasures like these celebrities be looking crazy, like Soldier Boy, like 30 years old, he look like he 50.
They drugged out.
They don't look happy.
They're all dyeing their hair, all different colors, getting all kinds of crazy looking fucking tattoos.
But guess what? In the kingdom, he's gonna be all good. Everybody gonna be all good. One day you want your whole life.
We want sovereignty.
Yeah, Jake is selfish. Jake wanna be. He wanna have $10 million and take care of stuff. I want my whole nation to be. I don't wanna see on the news something happen to none of my people.
This whole life is just vanity.
Man, King Solomon said that. Everything is vanity.
The only thing that's left in this time is do the work of the Lord.
Even as our beloved brother Paul also, according to the wisdom given unto him, have written unto you.
Yeah, so like the brother was saying, the brothers, you know, and that goes for all of us. We want that crown of righteousness, man. And most importantly, in the kingdom of heaven, is going to be everlasting rest. You know, just rest. You know, you're just going to be chilling. Scriptures tell us Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. You know, Jake liked to chill in the kingdom of heaven. You're really going to be chilling. But instead of just chilling and having to go to work, you're going to chill, you're going to have substance.
No worries.
You're going to have no worries. You're not going to have pain. You know, you're going to have, you know, you ain't going to have to, if you got kids, you ain't going to have to leave the blinds open so you can see them. You know, they just going to be able to go, man, wherever they want to.
Well, you look look at what your boss does, I'm not talking about shit, man. I'm talking about the big boss. They basically sit in the damn office all day and tell everybody else what to do. That's what we're gonna be doing. Rulers, man.
Right. We're gonna be kings and priests, man. You got something else?
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 65 verse 17. Behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come to mind.
Yeah, this shit. This bullshit right here.
Think about it no more.
It's gonna be forgotten. Go ahead.
But be you glad and rejoice forever in that which I create.
Right, and hey, Yahweh Shai even said it. He said, I go and prepare a place for you. So it's already set up. It's established.
And he said that in Second Ezra is the second chapter, like the 13th verse. He said,
And Yahweh Shai also said, what? In my father's houses are many mansions. You know?
So, we have a lot of variety in the kingdom, man. During the time when the kingdom is established, then the Israelites are going to be able to enjoy not only the earth, but other things as well. Go ahead. Like,
2nd Ezra 2 and 13. Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you.
pray for a few days in this life unto you.
That they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch.
See,
Watch.
It's already prepared.
He said that's all you gotta do. Watch.
Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch.
It's already ready, man. It's already ready. It's already, everything is set up. You know? Watch. Watch as well as pray. Go ahead.
It's book Isaiah 65 and 18. But be you glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create.
Some things we just not gonna have to see.
right.
Some things we just not gonna have to see, man.
Right.
Some things we just not gonna have to see. We not gonna have to see.
He say, for behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. He say,
yeah, that kind of spirit is not going to be in the air.
No, it ain't even gonna step foot nowhere. And if it do, we got a perfect law for it.
and I will rejoice in Jerusalem, joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall no more be heard in her.
Right, the voice of weeping shall no more be heard. So what? No more sorrow, no more pain, no more tears, no more disease, sickness. Forever.
Never the voice of weeping, or the voice of crying. There shall be no more since an infant of days. Ain't be no dead babies.
Right.
No baby stillborns and shit like that.
Right.
Nor an old man that hath filled his days. Because we're gonna have everlasting life. It say, and they shall build houses and shall inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them.
And in the curses, it said we was gonna plant vineyards and not eat the fruit. We was gonna build houses and not, that was the curses. But there's a blessing as well. Go ahead.
They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant.
And that happened during the time of slavery. We built all those big houses that Esau was dwelling in. Like 12 years of slavery, when he was building a house, the little punk Edomite told him to tear all that shit down. That's not how I told you to build it. Build it this way. You know? He wasn't building the house for himself. Go ahead.
They shall not plant and another eat.
Right, you planting in slavery, you planting all the gardens and everything for what? Esau to eat. Go ahead.
For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the works of their hands.
So that's the Lord telling us that we're going to live, not die. You know?
world without end.
World without end, man.
Because we can't enjoy the works of our hands in this society, man. All that is vanity. You know, it gets into that in Ecclesiastes. Okay?
They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth trouble for their seed, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord,
That's right.
and their offspring with them. That proves we're gonna have kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that doctrine.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. You know, here it is. You can't really enjoy sex pleasure in this life because fucking if you have sex, you have a baby, but then your baby mom can fucking put you on hospital, then you wish you never even touch you, bitch. That's not gonna happen in the kingdom, you know? It's like, yo, the sex is good, but now I hate this motherfucker. Like, keep the kid from you and all types of
And she gonna be in order though. You gotta deal with attitude.
100%.
And she gonna really respect you. Right?
And we talk about the men a lot, you know, how we're going to be kings and priests, but the women are going to be in total line, man. And they're going to also have, you know, the women of the other nations, they're going to be underneath our women too. You know? And they're going to enjoy the kingdom as well. You know, even the Israelite woman in the kingdom is going to be over all the other nations too. And your children. Your children's going to be over, your children's going to be over the nations. And they children.
And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear.
That's right, man. So we actually got something to look forward to, man. And that's why we come out here boldly, week after week after week after week, all right, and continue to push this word until the Most High seals the elect and make it to the kingdom. All right, got something?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Yeah, because this once we establish in the kingdom and once we get the kingdom, Lord willing, with those men, you know, this small suffering is not even going to be able to compare to what the Most High has prepared for us. Going back to that scripture, the kingdom is already prepared for you to watch. You know, it's already set in stone. You know. So with that, Lord willing, you brothers were edified. Lord willing, you Akbar were edified. We give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. Shalom to the elect. Lord willing, we'll see you brothers next week. Shalom.
Shalom.